Hello everyone, this is Greyshot117 bringing another Company of Heroes to replay, brought to you by The Fruits. On his team is 37, with the enemy being Vermok and an OKW player, with the enemy team being Lart and Manix. If you want to send in a replay, you can do so via my YouTube channel. Just go to my Gmail or my Facebook. You can also check out my social media platforms and check out my new banner I just put up. That is awesome, and the anniversary of my channel is right around this date, which is pretty epic. Lots of reviews going up as well for movies, and thank my Patreon supporters for helping me out with my content, like Tim, Sean, and Leo. Thank you guys. You are awesome. In any capacity, what is this game? Well, it's a 2v2 on rails and metal. Interesting map. I kind of like the design. A smaller, longer map with nice, I guess, long areas over here with some nice cover. In middle, tons of cover, but again, more like sectioned off. On the far left, we have a huge open hill. So, nice diversity, and although you do have some heavier cover, at least it's not entirely like one-sided. Either side can use this because of how it's designed. So, it's not too bad. Now, jump on the right-hand side. We have, let's see, Lafruit going in with an MG, most likely trying to hold this point. And again, good position. He rushed here first, and the Soviet player looks like he is getting lots of conscripts, but not MGs. Actually, oh, okay, so he probably won't even go MGs. He has Lend-Lease. So the Lend-Lease tactic is essentially a very good doctrine if you don't want to go for that pretty much support weapons, and say go for a special rifle for heavier infantry, because that way you can still get a really good machine gun, and you can rush for armor with the, as you can see with the allied supply drops. Just call in those planes, get a ton of fuel in real quickly, and you can get the M4C Sherman. This M4C Sherman is very powerful. It used to be actually equal to a Panther until Erlic's like, maybe we should stop this spamming that people are doing, because man, before the Western Front came out, this thing was on everyone's like favorite Soviet doctrine list. It was like, so M4C Sherman spam was the thing. Let's see, we also have heavy cavalry, so we have a lot heavier infantry, some good anti-support weapon abilities, and of course the Pershing. Let's see over here. Lots of Volk squads. Oh, I forgot to check rank. So you have Mantix and Lart. Not bad. Lower rank players. We have 37. Wow, okay, really low. And Lafruit. Okay, I'm actually curious. So you're level 11, right? Oh, Jesus. Come on. Alright. There we go. I was like, are you going to pop up? 7.5 hours in COH2. Probably a dummy account. Maybe. Well, actually, no. I don't know. He has 47 hours on Counter-Strike. I don't know. The reason I pulled that up is because you can earn ranking in this game by just playing campaigns. So this guy could just, you know, it could be his first game, or it could just be another account this guy has. I don't know. But we shall see. Alright, so we got some mortars over here. And it really doesn't matter if he has a brand new account or not, or what his rank says. He's just a player, so you should just play him as a normal player. That being said, you should also not be A, moving up your mortar, B, trying to focus building this thing while literally they are shooting you. That's a big no-no, because again, when you do a construction ability, it makes the unit that's doing the construction or the repair very vulnerable. So that's something that you have to watch out for. So a big push over here. Yeah, he went special rifle, as I thought. We have 37 going special operations. Not bad doctrine. Again, very good for quick takeover, large infantry pushes, and a command tank that helps, again, other vehicles. So, very nice overall. Very surprised you're not using heavy cover, Mantix. Again, there's dead cows and horses and some other things over there. You could use that as cover. It may not be as good as green, but at least it'll be outside the MG range, and you can still keep fighting. Oh. Oh, nice flank. Lafruit's is flanking. So, pretty nice. And, let's see right now. Lafruit hasn't picked anything yet. These are pretty good set doctrines. Overall, right now, if I can see, the Allies are kind of in a bad situation, because it looks like the Axis have managed to not only hold this fuel point, but are holding the... actually, no. They haven't controlled this one. They're getting close. Oh, it looks like the American player is actually turning the tide. Although this American Rifleman squad is literally burning to death. It's like, yeah, guys, let's keep shooting. Hey, Bob, are we on fire? No, it's just your imagination. You're sure? Because my hand's starting to I can't feel it anymore, and it has a flame on it. I don't know. Anyway. Goddamn. Yeah, if you're on a grenade move, don't waste your infantry. Speaking about wasting infantry, penal troop. Hey, how about if you're being suppressed and fighting a grenadier, you just pull back because you're not going to win this scenario. Unless you throw a satchel charge, then you could. But it doesn't look like you're going to. And they get pushed back. We have the American player going in for a flank. Okay, capturing this point. Oh, he got this. So the OKW player, aka 37, is kind of in a negative situation. He is getting half track. That is good. Half track would be very, very good against the American, unless he went captain. Did he go captain? No, he didn't go captain. Oh, he's going lieutenant. Oh, okay. Could be equally bad. Well, depends. The lieutenant's good for anti-infantry combat. You can see MG, but it has a 50 cal machine gun with armor-piercing rounds. That could easily beat back the half-track. Utility car's bazooka team inside. You flank it, you hit enough damage, fire bazooka, get back inside, keep firing. You can do enough damage. Half-track has pretty good rounds to penetrate that armor, so it could kill it. Overall, he has plenty of abilities and units that he could call forth to really counteract this half-track. So the half-track, while is good against this current set of units, he still needs to watch out against, you know, if he A, ranks any of these guys up, or B, gets one of those other units. So I always find it funny that people rush for captain but not lieutenant, because lieutenant has a bunch of really good abilities as well. Especially because ever since they added the 50 cal machine gun to the, the armor piercing rounds to the 50 cal machine gun. We got some mortars coming in. That could do a lot. So yeah, you got double mortars up. He's putting a fighting position here. You can use a rifleman to put fighting position, so I'm assuming he's just going to lock down this area. We have a Verkenwerfer moving up. I'm assuming they're trying to knock out this fighting position. And once it's gone by Verkenwerfer, they can move up the half-track with some infantry and try to push him off the fuel. Oh, shoot. You have an American Rifleman Squad, Vet 1, and you're still rolling up. Okay, this is a new move. Note to self, never do this because normal fire can hurt this thing. But what's really surprising is the fact he's not firing a rifle grenade. Yeah, he didn't fire a single. He has over 100 munitions, so we can easily call it in. He has another one here, still not calling it, just firing at it, which is, I guess, fine. But it still hurt and suppressed one of your units and caused it to fall back. And during that time, that Verkenwerfer is taking out this fighting position, so you kind of need to move this infantry up sooner than later. I don't mind if you don't want to waste abilities, but you're on a time crunch here. Alright, so he has a bazooka. Alright. Not bad. He's got bars and bazookas available, so he can start upgrading his infantry. We'll see how well that goes. Right now, the OKW player doesn't have any vet troops or guys with STG-44s, so that means the American infantry pretty much has the firepower advantage and should be able to hold down this hill. But we can see over here, it doesn't really matter. Lafrute is managing to capture both munitions, so it doesn't matter if they have better equipment if they can't access that equipment. We can see here Lafrute has a ton of munitions. Probably should start upgrading MG42s on these guys. And okay, we've got Dushka line. Very curious about that. I mean, Dushkas are good and armor piercing rounds are great for killing this infantry, but I see a great flank coming in. I see a very good flank coming in on these guys. And which is funny because you figure you want to put a Dushka in here so you can prevent flanks, but apparently no. Also, to have like a bigger sight radius, and yeah, I don't know. Alright, Grenadiers rolling in. Again, these guys do not know what's coming. He even repositioned this thing to try to push back the Grenadier squad, which is weird. No cover there. Nice flank, knocking out one Dushka. We still have penal troops, but hanging out in negative cover. Man, okay, so this guy's been encircled. Pretty much. Grenadiers firing, pretty much trying to knock out the other support gun. I'm sorry, Dushka, I assume. Although still trying to take out the penal. The penal should probably start focus firing on these guys and not run toward this MG. Because if it's pressing this, it can have a carry-over effect. Okay, you just told you to attack that unit it's following. And the other Dushka is barely alive. I see a Grenadier grabbing a Dushka very shortly. Nice rifle grenade. That unit's probably going to die or bite. Yeah, he's so dead. If he lives, that would be incredible. Okay, there we go. Oh, wow, the PL troop is about to die. And Mannix lost all of his forces in a very stupid hold. If you're immediately flanked, pull back. There's no reason to fight because you're easily going to get dominated. But he got an Su-76. Now, I'm assuming he's going to use the Su-76 first in the building. But right now, he has to actually go defensive. And the Su-76 could be good for that. We'll see. But again, it's just he needs to start changing his tactics right now. And I'm very curious to see if he's going to do that or not. Again, what I would probably want to see is kind of go put up a light hold up on this area, like put MG here, prevent them from coming up, and then kind of focus in mid. That's where he kind of needs to go. But it's very curious they went Su-76, and then these guys went bazookas. Because other than the half-track, we haven't really seen a lot of Axis armor. I'm assuming they're planning ahead, but it's very curious indeed. And we have another Su-76. Yeah, this is very curious. Because again, it's just like, okay, if you get a lot of AT, I assume that you're like prepping. But at this point, you don't have frontline army, and you're going a lot of AT. So I'm like, do you know something? Because this isn't a radio. This just takes over points faster. Or like, again, radio silence, sorry. But activate all units are hidden on the minimap. So you can't see you. It's not, they can't see you, you can't hear them. But we have artillery coming in, and it's trying to hit the building. Not a bad idea. Or actually just hitting the Dushka he stole. Actually pretty nice. Let's see. Looks like 37 taking a smart approach. Being like, alright, I can't win if I keep saying my units piecemeal. I need to build up, prepare, and make sure that A, he can't beat me, but B, that I can, I could crush him. And actually, I like his defensive line here. Again, a lot of heavy cover right now. So that way, we can see here that looks like, yeah, they put up a lot of fighting positions. Wow, all right, a little bit spammy on the fighting positions. We have 3. But he's made sure he can't hold this point. And as long as the American player can hold this, even though Mannix is sucking right now, he can turn the tide. We'll see how this goes for right now. But for right now, he's doing okay. The big issue is okay, he got a captain as well, so that's kind of stopping him getting a major. I'm assuming that means that he might try to rush for a Pershing. We'll see. Typically, if a lot of people go the lighter secondary buildings, that they don't run a rush for the heavier stuff, and they'll use the lighter stuff in tandem with each other to really counteract. Wow, that was a decent push that ended up, well, failing. Let's see, but looks like well, yeah. Looks like Lafruitz is coming over being like, hey, my guy sucks. I'm going to help you out. And did some damage to this American blob, which should probably push back and also get an ambulance. I'm really surprised I've not seen an ambulance on this, pretty much on the allied side of the field, again, to help. But again, nice support guns, really just hammering the American positions, try to knock out some of those support guns, and even push back the mortars, because again, the American mortars are shorter range, but they're very powerful. And I've seen them kill one-shot units, and it's just like, god dang it. But, you know. Let's see. Another fighting position. How many got, like, I'm just, like, I know you're putting 5 positions down, but I don't know why you would put so many down without upgrading them. I know you're down munitions, but do you want the MG or do you want a bar? I mean, the MG would probably be better for holding back the infantry for then you need to come in and kill it. But that's just me. But it looks like here that 37 with that OKW building going up is saving up for a Panther, or maybe just putting it down for a hold point. Now, this position is okay. I feel like he should have moved out a little bit further up to cover the support guns. But I get why he didn't. He wants to make sure, A, this cover can kind of block a lot of it, and the shrubbery will block most shots to it. It's actually probably this is the only direct route he could, the American player could possibly take to neutralize it. It's not too bad. But again, the support guns, if they come up and start attacking them, that's my only concern. My second, actually, big concern right now is the right-hand side. Because, oh boy, do I see a lot of Su-76s. And now no frontline army. So things are getting even better. And, oh boy, I see. Okay, so allied supply drop. So he's calling in fuel. Looks like another one failed. So, again, as soon as, what happened is pretty much, Okay, so what would happen was supplies would typically fall, and he would collect about, a decent chunk of fuel that could also go to his allied player. What actually transpired was, looks like this, because I'm assuming they don't have neither side. Yeah. What I'm assuming is because it literally went on the direct path of this building, that this thing shot down the plane, and looks like shot down the previous plane, which is causing him to crash into the Soviet base. That is amazing. Anyway, it looks like a double team on this side is pretty much breaking apart those fighting positions that were put down. American players blobbing coming in, but looks like he took a lot of casualties. He has a Stewart that looks like had to be pulled back. Interesting choice. Yeah. Very surprising you're just charging headlong, not kind of moving up slowly. Especially with a bar and bazooka team. Like, I would just riflemen in general. Because you want to slowly move up so that you can use that heavy cover to your advantage and slowly beat back a player that's dug in, then running into a player dug in, and having them destroy you. Alright, so Lefruits, he went Elite Troops Doctrine. A very interesting doctrine, especially on this map, actually might be pretty good. Stormtroopers, especially with all the buildings over here, can be very good for sneaking behind enemy lines. Okay, he's finally getting more troops, but he has a lot of freaking douchkas. We'll see how this MG line's gonna go. It's reminding me of World War I. But watching the Great War channel, really enjoying it. I love that guy's content, and yeah, I actually just looked up a bunch of stuff about a boat that literally took out a German, was it cruiser that was like in the South Pacific, because again German had colonies there, and it survived for this long, and the crew did all this stuff. I'm not going to spoil the story. Highly recommend you go check it out, but it's a really cool adventure tale about a crew doing everything they could for the Central Powers and managing to make it all the way back home, or at least enough. Su-76 is opening fire. Again, I get it. You're trying to use the arty fire to break up this douchka. The sad part is you have literally 3 of them. 3 of the fuckers firing at will and trying to hit that douchka, and it's still alive. Also, it looks like Lefruits is like, alright, he has a bunch of Su-76s. What are they weak against? Oh, right! Panzerschrecks. Hey, do I have enough munitions? Oh my god, my ally's been kind enough, along with me, of course, tag teaming, to take over this point. Now, it looks like the American player is trying to put down a ton of munitions to make sure that he can actually get those bars and bazookas. But now, we can see that the OKW player does have those upgrades. And he is starting to get ranked. And now he's entrenched, with support guns opening fire on enemy positions. He has 2 support guns. I know that may seem like a lot, but it's actually not too bad. Again, remember, he had a lot of mortars. Oh, nice grenades. Panzerfaust and a Verkehrwerfer. Though it's too much, he's going to pull back without risking, his units. I don't blame him. The American player took several casualties, and he's most likely going to be unable to hold that point through the suppressive support gun fire. He's probably kept the Captain Ray Echelon back to capture that point, because he needs the fuel right now. 16-35. Oof. The OKW are going to get that fuel and just run with it very soon. But again, oh, wait. Hold on. I'm going to go south. There seems to be a flank about to occur, and a bunch of Su-76s on a way. Are you freaking kidding me? You have 4 douchkas. Look, I like the douchkas like any other guy. I do. I really do. But you don't need 4 of them, and you don't need to put them in positions that, they could literally, I'm not even kidding, they could just come up they could do a literal frontline assault, and all your MGs wouldn't, your MGs are so poorly placed that, they couldn't cover it. More artillery fire, by the way. This thing is still living. They need to move up. Cheaters, tell me, what the hell? Oh, we got a Panther. Cheaters, tell me. Cheaters. Hold on. Lefruit. I mean, he has ranked up guys, but I'm looking at fuel income. The only thing that's astounding to me right now is the munitions the allies are getting. Oh, big flank coming in. Dushka stopping them. Okay, that was a nice... Oh, nice bundle grenade from a stormtrooper. Again, coming out of the building. Panther rolling up on all these Stormtroopers looking the wrong way. Now these guys are active and ready to fight, and while these guys can maybe kill a Panther if they all tag teamed, they can't handle this. They can't handle the Panzer Shreks coming in from behind. And yeah, we're about to see a lot of dead Soviets over here. I don't see cheaters. I really don't. Oh, and 4C Sherman. Well, that's going to do a lot against... Okay, not a bad idea, pull back, because again, we still have the Dushkas over here, but literally, you're being... Oh, boy. This Soviet player is freaking terrible. Like, this level 11 player is doing a lot better. But that being said, cheater I don't see. Because again, they're not... Usually when I see a cheater remark, I see some MG glitch, I see... some kill these cheaters. I see some weird gameplay tactic or something, whether it's Stuka bomb that just comes out of nowhere and kills all the units or something along those lines. This I just see one decent American player being versing another decent OKW player, and then the other side, okay, actually probably the better way is that a very aggressive American player versing a turtling OKW player. And that American player is also kind of stupid by these constant remarks. And then we have Mantix, who is a stupid like Soviet player that is super defensive for assault tactics that just does not work. And also, how many times are you gonna call in that stupid plane? Oh, okay. Yeah, it actually dropped. Why the fuck did it drop that time? It's like the first two planes, too much AA, but the third one, same amount of AA, manages to live. All right. Whatever, maybe the truck was busy with something. But yeah, capture the points. Like, as you can tell, Lafrute isn't like a top tier player. He pulled back all of his forces. You can capture a ton of this territory right now, but you're not. Also, you take this position with a Dushka, follow him back, take this position, a guard against a flank. You'd pretty much have it. This guy's stupid, and Lafrute is just like, all right, I'll just flank him. It's not an insane strategy. Anyway, support guns moving in. Nice job, by the way, moving those up and keeping them covered. Because, again, they're destroying the American infantry. Nice grenades, again, those grenades. Oh, SGG-44, almost done. Yeah, the riflemen are going to have one serious issue. But, yeah, but those grenades are part of the Special Operations Doctrine. Again, a lot of grenades for the infiltration tactics. But they have to be out of combat for you to use them, which is the downside. You have to make sure they don't fight to use a very powerful grenade. So you have a Command Panther coming in, and does this guy have anything? No, he has an AT gun. And it looks like he had another AT gun. And an MG. Okay. I don't mind using an AT gun, but turn the damn thing, maybe. Okay, it's barely in sight. And then the second thing I would probably say would be, you probably want to get a Pershing. Like, I don't understand why you haven't gotten a Pershing. I also don't... Oh, great. You're getting an AT gun. Great job. You know, instead of using the 280 for that, you would be up to... What is it? Oh, yeah, 500. So then, literally, 30 seconds later, you would be able to get yourself a Pershing, which might be the heavy tank you need to actually start holding them back. Again, oh, my God. Never mind. Lart is an idiot. They aren't cheating. You're just an idiot. Also, this Dushka like assault is just insane. Again, pull the stormtroopers from behind, come out, or again you have support guns. Yeah, his ally player has support guns that can easily counteract MGs. Like, it's not crazy. You can just kill that. All right, at least the AT guns now managed to push back the Panther, but he needs to pull back. Oh my God, another MG. Dude, Pershing. Okay, I'm going to fast forward this because this is getting really stupid. This is getting absurdly stupid. Right, move up the support guns within... Okay, that's... Okay, within MG range is kind of bad. I don't think you meant to. He's going to pull those things back. That was very risky. Slowly taken up. Again, not capturing the point, which is really stupid. Dushka's taking some fire. Looks like they took some losses, managed to kill or knock out a Panzer Shrek group. Again, I'm assuming it's M4C. Yep, he does. But all he has is Dushkas. I like Dushkas like any other Soviet player, but dude, like, what the fuck? And then he has this big group right here of, hey, you want to help out your teammate? No, you don't. You have this support gun force, which is like the most... What? Yeah, let's have an MG versus a tank. That's smart. I don't understand what you're doing right now. If anyone should be suspicious of a cheater, it's this guy who's assaulting the front line with a bunch of support weapons. And he's getting more AT guns instead of getting a Pershing. And even though again, he should probably get actually both a Pershing and frontline infantry. Cheat? How the fuck is he cheating? You're literally assaulting them with an AT gun. Why? Okay, Lafruit's like, why? Dushka once again charging the front line. Oh, look, he's capturing the port with an AT gun. Like, great. You know, you can just send one unit to go kill it, right? It's a like, you have a 2-star AT gun, man. Why are you sacrificing it? Oh, look, he finally got himself a Pershing. Congratulations, I'm so happy for you. But yeah, Lafruit's and them just, they never lost, like, they didn't lose men. Like, there was a point in this game where it's just like, they're not losing men, but the enemy team is. Like, they're losing a lot. So I don't blame Lafruit's or 37 for, like, being, like, so, like, befuddled by, like, what do you mean cheating? Like, they did a pretty decent job against idiotic players. This isn't, even though that, like, again, these guys are terrible, this isn't the worst game I've seen. Nor are they the worst players, Lafruit or 37, even though they're lower ranked. I'm just so curious why a higher vet guy can't figure out what the fuck to do. Again, that's almost a 3-star prestige. He's played this game. Hold on. I'm very curious. Okay, the game's about to end, so I'm not too worried. But Lart, I'm actually curious because I looked at 37 and Lafruit. Actually, no, I think I just looked at 37 because it was ranked. How many hours have you put into CUH2? How many hours? 1,300 and you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay. You spent 1,300 hours in this game. Okay. Let me explain to you something. A guy with 1,300 hours can't figure out not to assault a front line with AT guns and MGs. But his allied player, who's again considerably lower ranked, is doing that exact same tactic. WTF, sir. WTF. And you accuse the other party of cheating. Right. Of course you do. Of course. Because that has to make sense. Not the fact you're just a bad player. Holy mackerel. In any case, let's see. Lart got more damage and barely more kills. But Jesus Christ, Mannix. That defensive line was terrible. 37. Pretty good on assault. You did take a lot of casualties. You definitely, I'm sorry, not casualties. Let me revise that. You definitely fell back a lot, and you only attacked when you needed to, and that was actually a decent strategy. So you didn't send them up piecemeal. Lafruit, great job holding your side, tons of damage. You killed a lot of those U-76s. No idea why that guy failed with them so much, but yeah, tons of damage on that, and then kills. Great flanks, just awesome flanks. You literally use that hill against him by pushing him against this wall, which again, this is an area that you can't go into, this line. It's like, no go. So, yeah, you pushed him in, like, boxed him, and he never left. He kept attacking here, which is so weird. So very weird. But, yeah, that's game. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and remember, if you actually see a cheater, call it out. But if there isn't, don't get upset that you didn't win the game. Just say GG and move on. But otherwise, it's been Greyshot117, and I'll see you guys next time.